the first thing we need to do is to make sure silence unknown callers has been disabled. So to do this, we want to open the settings application. Now you want to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find apps and tap into that. Now you want to scroll down until you find the phone option, and once you've found it, you want to tap into that. Now you want to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find silence unknown callers and tap into that. Now you simply want to make sure this option has been toggled off. The next thing you need to check is to make sure we're not using a focus mode that's blocking incoming calls. So to check this, we first want to open our settings application. Now you want to scroll down until you find focus and tap into that. Here you'll see a list of all of your different focus modes, and the one we want to check in particular is do not disturb, so we're going to tap into that. Now where it says allow notifications, here you can see a list of people and apps that it will allow notifications from. So to make sure we don't have do not disturb on, we first want to go to the control center by swiping down from the top right, and then in the focus control mode you want to tap into it, and then you want to turn off do not disturb if it's already on. The next thing we want to check is our ringer volume and haptics, which may be too low for us to recognise an incoming call. So to check this, we want to open the settings application, and then you want to scroll down until you find sound and haptics and tap into that. Now you will see a ringtone alert slider, so you want to make sure this slider has been turned up for us to hear our ringtone. The next thing we want to check is to make sure we are not accidentally in a silent mode. So to check this, if you're on an iPhone 14 Pro or older, you want to simply flick the silent switch on the side of your iPhone. However, if you're on an iPhone 15 or later, you may need to change this in the settings application. So to do this, you want to open the settings, and again you want to scroll down and tap on sounds and haptics. Now where it says silent mode, you simply want to toggle this off. The next thing we want to check is our Bluetooth devices, as they may be accidentally being rerouted to a Bluetooth device and we cannot hear the call. So to check that, you want to open the settings application, and then you want to tap into Bluetooth. Now you just want to make sure that you're not connected to any external Bluetooth devices. Last but not least, you may need to simply restart your iPhone. So to do this, you want to go into the settings application. Now you want to scroll down slightly and find general and tap into that. Now you want to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find shutdown and tap into that. And then you want to go ahead and restart your iPhone from here, and everything should be working as normal.